no jerk. So my body clearly told me, you need to relax before you continue on. Um, Being out there in that heat, I don't know, but I had muscle spasms yesterday at around 10:15 while I was at work, y'all. And I couldn't move. I took a Motrin, and then the pain didn't move fast enough. So then I turned around and took a muscle relaxer, and that made it worse. I had got a bad reaction between the combination of both. I was about to call 911. I'm so glad my husband was home to help me out. It was a very tough afternoon yesterday, so that's why you didn't see my face last night. I was sickaroo. I'm still a little, I guess, lethargic today. Um, I don't know if it was like heat, because I don't know if heat stroke goes 2 days later. Maybe dehydration. That's the word I want to use. Maybe I didn't have enough water and electrolytes in my system. Um, Either way, I didn't feel good yesterday. And I'm still a little weak today. And then I was stressed out about my MRI that I had to do today. So I'm not going to be on here long. I had to go get therapy, and I had an MRI today. And they had me in that tube, probably for like 30 minutes. I was getting ready to push the emergency squeeze button. Because I thought they were going to do 15-minute increments. I don't know. I'm glad they did it all at once, though, but I was still stressed out. That thing was noisy, and I am borderline claustrophobic, so I was so proud that I made it through that. Um, I think if I would have kept my eyes closed the whole time, it would have been worse. So I opened my eyes a couple times just to see where the heck I was at. Yeah, I think that's the first time I've had an MRI or that I can recall. I know I had hand surgery and they took an MRI, but I think it must have been an open one. I just don't remember being in like a closed tube. And the reason why I had an MRI was because I had got in a car accident 4 days after Valentine's Day, after I had such a beautiful weekend of selling. I was on my way to work and got in a car accident. So that's why I've been moving slow a little bit. I'm a whole lot better than I was then, but I still take things a little slow. Um, and I think that's partly why I had that muscle spasm yesterday, is because I probably was dehydrated, and from all the heat, it was very hot. My Where I lived and where I sold baskets at, it was hot all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I was so busy, I probably didn't drink enough water. Um, and it caught up to me yesterday. That's the only thing I'm thinking of, because I was ready to dial 911. I don't know if the gurney would have been able to get in the door, though. Um, so I'm so glad my husband was here, because there's just a few things happening. The aftermath of Easter, the cleanup of Easter is still sitting like right here. And so I was going to try to get to it yesterday, my loved ones, until my body said, no, 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 no. I had to take off the rest of the day from work. It happened at like, I don't know, 10:35, 10:40. And I called my boss. I was like, I'm having an emergency. And I normally clock out for lunch at 11:30. I just clocked out for the rest of the day. By the time I took that second pill, and them muscle relaxers, I don't know what they have in them darn pills, but they instantly make me go to sleep. Um, but I had to take something. The pain was just unbearable. So when I took that muscle relaxer, that's like an instant anesthesia for me. I'm sleep within 45 minutes of taking that pill. And so, yeah, I was out by like 12:30 p.m. And I mean 12:30 in the afternoon. So my boss text my phone. My husband had to respond to her and was like, "She's asleep." Um, yeah, I just didn't feel good yesterday. So I know for Mother's Day, I'm gonna make sure I drink plenty of water and plenty of Gatorades because that was scary. And it could have been, like I said, still from the accident. I'm going to therapy, highlight my loved ones. I'm going to therapy twice a week, so by them popping my bones and all that, but I think it was still part of dehydration too. I think I was a little dehydrated, but so grateful my husband was here because I would have hated to call him and tell him, babe, I have to call 911. Thank God the fire department is right across the street from my house. But I was stuck in a bathroom, so that was another whole problem. Um, and I wouldn't have been able to get to the door to open the fire department. They would have had to break down my door. It was just a whole lot of scenarios that could have went wrong. And then they couldn't get the gurney through here. So yeah, I'm glad he was here to help Mama out. And I'm glad I feel better, but I'm a little lethargic still, so I'm not going to be on long. Um, I have more events coming up. They just keep rolling, keep rolling. You know, you learn a lot on these streets, and I've been watching a lady making baskets like me, and she buys her stuff in bulk, like just like I bought my apple boxes that just came in the mail today from clearbags.com. Um, the box is way over there, but if you see some of my videos, I I use these black boxes and these clear boxes for my apples, and I like to buy them in bulk. Um, but now that I'm monetized, I have to. Let me tell y'all, there's so much money to be made in these streets, and I'm gonna figure it out so I can tell you. So we're not leaving no money on the table. We need to videotape us out there buying our products. We need to videotape ourselves making the baskets. We need to videotape ourselves selling the baskets. We need to promote and like the stuff that we buy. For instance, the clear bags. I'm using that product. I need to promote them some kind of way. Some just the affiliation to things that I'm missing out on, and I don't want you to miss out on them too. So more to come. I'm going to start posting like the stuff that I use on an everyday basis, like my tripod that I use, and I, like my storage on my phone is so full, y'all. And my husband bought me this, I guess, Pocket 2 like 4 years ago, and it's a content creator. It's what I'm supposed to use to make my life easy as a content creator. Now, I bought this way before I even thought about being on YouTube. I bought this for a cruise. I only used it once, twice, but I see everybody and their mama using these while videotaping. So this is the stuff I'm talking about. I, Now you only really need to use a phone to be a content creator, but there's things you can use besides a phone, which is this here, that'll save you using up all your storage on your phone. So that's my project for this weekend. I got through my taxes yesterday. Um, After waking up. My husband is just awesome. He's definitely my manager. He helps me so much because I be all over the place. And when you get extra busy, it's okay to ask for help, hire people. I told my husband I'm gonna retire him so he can help me more, so he don't have to work because he's had a hip replacement. I think he needs another one. He needs to not work no more. So, and I still gotta work because I'm not the age range until I hit it big, y'all. You never know what God got in store for me, but he's a little older than me, and it's time for him to not work no more. Um, so I'm working hard in the paint for him and me, for my grandson, my kids, but I definitely want him to stop working. So, anyways, there's this lady I follow, and she makes baskets and she buys her stuff in bulk. And she gave out a distributor that sells all these different perfumes. And I was looking on the website and I was like, whoa, trying to think of all my Mother's Day concept ideas that I'm going to try to do. Um, so I definitely said I'm going to have some perfumes in there because there were some pretty nice perfumes, very cute bottles, very inexpensive. So I might be resting, not physically making baskets right now, but my brain is running a mile a minute, and I have stuff pending in my cart, waiting to just say, go for it, Shelly. Um, I bought a lot of teddy bears at Valentine's Day, and I didn't use a lot of them. So I have a cup overflow of teddy bears that I'm going to use. I just want different concepts of Mother's Day baskets, not just teddy bears like I had last year. I had some glass little, back in last year, the song Boots on the Ground, that was really out. And so I had these little boot plants that I got from, it was these fake plants that was inside of a boot. Those sold like crazy. Actually, I probably have a few more boots left, but just little knick-knack things. I think I'm gonna get a couple vases with flowers, and um, I like giving out glass. I have to be careful that my baskets don't break, but for some reason I like giving out glass. I told my girlfriend I'm gonna make some abundant baskets or prosperity baskets, meaning I collect a lot of elephant figurines, and I truly believe elephant brings wealth and abundance. Everywhere you look around my house, there's going to be an elephant of some sort, of some figurine. And so I thought about going, and I get a lot of them from Ross or different little knick-knack craft places. So I thought about going to get a few elephants and selling some abundant baskets. My own personal belief in elephants. I have a lot of them. They're big, small. I keep them in my purse. Um, I take them gambling with me when I go gambling. Matter of fact, the last time I was on a cruise ship with my husband, I had my little figurines. They're very tiny. I call them brothers and sisters. There's about 6 of them, and I keep them in a little pouch. When I go to the casino, I take them out the pouch and lay them on the machine. And I play, and it does what it does. Well, we were on a 7-day cruise, and I took them out of my pouch, and I laid them on the casino on the darn machine, and I must have won and got happy and left my elephants on the machine. Oh, I I didn't realize it till like maybe a few hours later. Oh, my whole mood changed. I was devastated. I went all the way to Lost and Founds at customer service on the first floor. Nobody turned my elephants in. I went to the casino guest services. Nobody turned my elephants in. Oh, I was devastated. I couldn't. I literally. It really dampened my mood. So I think the next day, I mean, I couldn't. I didn't want to gamble no more. I didn't have my elephants. I felt so lost. So I was in a casino with my husband and my brothers and them, and I was talking to a lady, and I was like, I am so devastated. And she said, why? Now, mind you, there's thousands of people on the boat. I said, because I have a set of figurine elephants with gray and baby brown. I should get my purse so I can show you. But anyways, they're really tiny. They're really, really tiny. And I said, I'm devastated because I lost my elephant figurine. That woman went in her coat pocket and said, are these what you're looking for? Oh my God. I screamed like a baby. Tears instantly rolled down. Those elephants have been with me all across the world. And for her to dig in her pocket and pull out my babies was just unbelievable. Like I said, there's millions, I shouldn't say millions, thousands of people on that boat. For me to run across the lady that picked them up was unbelievable. Yeah. So, um, I believe in elephants. I take them everywhere I go. It might have been, not it might have been, they were sitting on my balcony as I sold my baskets this weekend. I told my vendor twin, invest in the elephant figurine. Everywhere she goes, she brings her elephant. It's just a form of prosperity, wealth. It generates abundance. And so I'm going to make some elephant baskets. I'm going to buy something about the glass elephants. I'm going to buy some glass elephants and make some abundant baskets for Mother's Day. That's one concept I'm going to do. Because, yes, elephants, I think everybody needs to have an elephant in their house. My personal thoughts. My personal thoughts. Have the butt towards the door and make sure you have a trunk. When I say I have so many elephants, I'm just looking at like 8 of them right now in front of my face. I have what is it called? A china cabinet. I ain't got no china in there. I have an elephant cabinet. There's nothing but all my glass elephants and glass figurines of elephants. My kids know every Christmas they buy their mama an elephant. When they go out of town and see a pretty one, they buy me one. I have them in just so many. Oh, I better not be in like that. That might hurt. That might hurt, Shelly. But just all different kinds. This is, I call my big baby. So it's my big, big, pretty baby. And I keep her butt towards the door, and her trunk is up. Yes. So I'm going to purchase several elephants at several different Rosses. Let me put my baby back before I break her. she has she has some babies too. Ooh, ooh, don't you fall. She has some little, they're like bookshelves. I guess you could call them bookshelves. But I guess they probably are bookshelves. I have two of them. But I think she's the mama. These are the babies. These are the babies. But I have so many elephants, so many pretty different colors. Just everywhere I go out of town and I see a pretty elephant, I make sure I get it. Um, yeah, elephants are a wonderful thing to have in your home. So, if you didn't know, I told you. You could go get you an elephant, y'all. Um, the trunk up, sit the booty towards the door. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna be on long, y'all. I can't sit here for long. They did a too much cracking and popping and had me everywhere today. But anyways, those are some concepts I'm gonna use. Perfume concepts, my elephant concepts. I'm just thinking. So I'm not really resting like I should be. I'm steadily thinking of the next project. And my sister-in-law is blowing me up because she want to make sure I don't forget about her grandbaby's birthday party on the 25th. I'm not going to forget about her. It's a catering order. And then the next day on the 26th, I have a Mother's Day event that I just signed up for yesterday. I think one day this week. It wasn't yesterday. Maybe Monday or Tuesday. Tomorrow, Friday, right? Yes, Monday or Tuesday. One of them days this week I signed up for it. So while I'm making my sister-in-law's apples for her grandbaby party, I'll just make apples and popcorn for the event the next day. And that's why I have to have a few Mother's Day baskets made because it's a Mother's Day event. My vendor twin, my matter of fact, y'all, my vendor twin, she sells coffee and tea, even though she was selling baskets with me, just like I sell popcorn and gourmet apples. Well, she sells coffee and tea. And so we just do the baskets just for the holidays, and we incorporate our popcorn into our baskets, and she'll incorporate her tea and coffee samples into her baskets. So let me see, I might have had some St. Patrick's Day videos. Not this St. Patrick's, last St. Patrick's. And even last Valentine's Day baskets where she made these little, and was it Mother's Day too? I think it was just Valentine's Day. Was it Valentine's Day? Hey, Tasty, you on the, which one was it, girl? Tell me. Well, anyways, her name is Tasty Smile. I'm gonna have to plug her channel because it's Tasty Smile something, but I'm gonna have to get the correct domain for you. So not only is she my vendor twin, she out here doing the thing like me, um, and we do a lot of stuff together. Um, we do a lot of events together. The last event we shared a table. That's the first time we ever did that, but it was woo, cup overflow, cup overflow. So we're gonna do that again for Mother's Day because it's only a 4-hour event. Um, not Mother's Day, but that 26th, April 26th day, we're gonna share that table. And most likely she'll do some coffee and tea bags, and I might have one or two baskets with my popcorn. I know I am because I went to one of these events that we vendor at, and there's this lady who makes um, she makes baskets too, but she made this beautiful popcorn picture frame. I wish I can show you. I probably can. It's over there in that corner, but it's so cute. Let me see if I can get to it. But I like to have popcorn so I can turn on this dark picture frame. It attracts people to my booth. Let me see. Oh, let me see if I can get it because it's without making too much noise, waking up my husband. Let's see. Yes, I got it. I'm gonna have to get her name so I can plug her. But anyway, she's a vendor like me out here in these streets. And she made this little popcorn picture frame. So when I have my popcorn, and the sucker light up too, y'all. Where's my little button? So when I be vending out here in the streets, I be having my little sign, y'all. You see it? And it just light up. It is so darn cute. So I like to make sure I have popcorn so that I can turn on this sign. And it brings people to my table because they see this popcorn and they like, what she got over there? So between this popcorn that attracts people to my booth and my bubble that is shaped in the apple, I'm gonna show y'all this. Y'all can crack up laughing. I didn't have so many people steal the anxiety. You want to laugh? Let somebody steal my bubbles. It ain't funny to me because I think it's just awfully rude that these parents would allow their kids to just sit up there and steal when I tell them where to buy them from, and they still get mad that I say my apple bubble apples are not for sale, and they take it upon themselves to just steal it. Terrible, just terrible. Okay, so these here, let me show y'all. These here, all these are bubbles in these cute little different bottles. And I got these, I believe, at Walmart. And 3 of them come in a pack. And I probably have 9 of them around my booth to attract people to come to my table to buy my gourmet apples. Well, baby, do you know how many people have asked me, do I sell? I shouldn't sit that way. Oh, I had a sharp pain. Nobody ain't got time for that. Do you know how many people have asked me if I sell these and I tell them no, it's for decoration? And then they get mad and they ask me, why don't I sell them? And I tell them, well, for one, I will be promoting these people. And for two, I'm trying to promote my own apples. These are just decoration only. Oh, some people didn't get the assignment and they done stole my bubbles off my table. Oh, so anyways, I watch these like a hawk. My girlfriend laughs at me every time, but she knows when we're out there in these streets, you better watch these like a hawk. I watch those like a hawk more than I watch my product. because of the trauma of my apples being stolen right in front of me. Just don't make no sense. But anyways, I know, I baby, I know I am special, but I was really pretty upset that they took my bubbles, okay? Because I work hard trying to think of cute things to attract people to my little booth when I'm out here in these streets. And it's just annoying that they stole my bubbles. But people was like, well, why don't you sell them? No, I don't want to make them rich. I'm trying to make my own self rich. So, anyways, that's the story of me and my bubbles and apples. I don't like y'all seeing me drink. Be trying to move to the side, but y'all probably saw that. But anyways, I said I wasn't gonna keep y'all long. But these are the things we be going through. My girlfriend had some Valentine's decorations out in front of my house, and the man bought 2 baskets and asked her, "Can he take her Valentine's Day decorations?" And she was like, "No, they're not for sale." So after he left, I said, "Now you know how I feel," because she be laughing at me when everybody want my bubbles. And she just thought it was so funny. Well, the shoe got reversed and somebody wanted her decorations. And she said, "Now I know how you feel, Shelly." I said, "Okay, now you know how I feel. I know our decorations is cute and they want them, but we cannot sell our decorations, y'all. It's to attract people to the table." So I know marketing is no joke. I learned about marketing. And marketing, if you can market the kids to your table, you're a winning winner chicken dinner. If you can attract the kids, they gonna bug the mess out of their mom and daddy to get to your booth. And that's what I have done. I have mastered the kids and what the kids like to get them to my booth. And so I could talk for hours and hours and hours, but we're not gonna do that. It's late. So, like I said, y'all, there's a lot of money to be made out here in these streets, and I'm going, as I'm making it, I'm gonna bring it to you live in the flesh, exclusive, cause it's enough money out here for everybody, and the internet and social media has changed the world, just like AI has. It's getting worse. They're cutting jobs left and right due to AI. So we have to find different ways to make money. So if you can make money from the comfort of your home, if you can make money by just recording videos and posting them, I'm tapping my fingers into everything digital products. I sell journals through a stand store. I journal every day. You have to ask, believe, and let it go, and it will definitely come your way. And so I do a lot of journal and scripting. My stand store has my journals in there. Um, yeah, there's just so much money to be made, and I guess I lost my mom at a very young age. I lost her when I was 16. And so I guess that mentality of, I hate to use the word hustle because I'm not hustling nobody, but I had to figure out life. And so all my life, I worked 2, 3 jobs. And then once I had kids, that was over. The hustle was even more harder being a single parent until later on in years in life. But the hustle is real. And there's so much money to be made. And I'm just going to bring different scenarios of how to make money from the comfort of your home, from the streets, from everywhere. You can make a home business, and especially if you own a home, have a home business. It will help on your taxes. Um, there's just so much to be made, and you just need a little nudge sometimes because that's what it took for me. It took for me watching a lot of YouTube and just been watching until finally I ran across this young boy named Dante London. He's probably young enough to be my son. And he was like, first of all, these kids was flashing. When was it? We in March, we in April 26th. So I guess it was in October of 24. These kids are slanging and advertising how much money they making out here in these streets of the YouTube. Like, how is that possible? And but then you see, yeah, there's quite a bit to be made outside of your 9 to 5 job. Even as I got into the digital marketing space, there's a lot to be made outside of your 9 to 5 job. There's a lot of money to be made from the comfort of your couch using your cell phone only. Internet. So when I say Shelly has been all around the world just trying to figure it out for us, I'm tapping in so many different sources, and that's probably why it's taken me a while to get where I'm at now. But it's okay because I'm gonna bring it on whatever channel I'm on. I have several channels. My other channels is not as far as this one, but I'm just trying to explain and let folks know that there's so much money to be made out here, and I'm gonna keep tapping and digging and tapping and digging and bringing it to you. That's my motto. I feel like networking is free. I learned a lot from just watching people. Um, they didn't gatekeep the information, so as I learn it, I'm not gonna gatekeep the information. I'm gonna just bring it to you. What is that behind you creeping through the window? I don't understand what you're saying. And nothing's creeping through the window. I think something says dream big and the other thing says dream. And then there's a 49er sign. So I don't know what you mean. What's that? There's like the knob to turn the window shield blind. So I don't know what you're talking about, honey. I don't know. You want to emphasize what you're talking about? Yes, the Niners. Yes. I born red and gold. I was born in the city. I got no choice but to bleed that color. Um, all my life that's all I know. So I root for the other boys, but that's all I root for. That's the number one team I root for. It is what it is. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. But yeah, those are the boys. Those are them boys. Um, so yeah, I said I ain't gonna talk long. My body is saying it's time for you to shut it down. Thank y'all for watching me. You guys have been pushing me out. You guys have been watching my videos. I just was at 3,000 watch hours, what, 5 days ago, and now I am very close to the 4,000 watch hours. I think I got like 400 more to go. When I say y'all have been showing up and showing out, every time I wake up, I just cry. I should have swollen eyes because the tears that just keep flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. The gratitude that I feel. Um, you have to have thick skin to be out here in these streets. People will try to intimidate you. People will try to tear you down. That's the devil. And I've had negative comments. I've had people say your baskets are horrible. You don't know what you're doing. Um, and like I said a couple weeks ago, most of the time, the people that are making negative comments, they have a whole lot less views than you. They have a whole lot less videos than you. So, um, just wipe the haters off your shoulders, y'all. Nobody ain't got time for hate. I'm a positive individual. My mama always said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, then keep your mouth shut. But some people didn't get that message, and it's okay though, because all you do is push me out. And hey, so we're gonna build up this thick skin because those people that's making those comments, they don't pay your rent, they don't pay your mortgage. So we're gonna brush off those folks and we're gonna keep on pushing. That's what we're gonna do, right? Nobody ain't got time for that. Nobody ain't got time for that. It's a positive vibe over here, and the positive energy is what I live by. So, on that note, all my loved ones, you guys are the bomb, diggity bomb, and I thank you very much for always supporting me. And I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I want you to enjoy your Friday tomorrow. Be safe, and you'll catch me tomorrow, Saturday, God willing. Because I could talk forever, and I gotta put some posting up and some more stuff. I gotta go. I just wanted to tell y'all how much I love y'all today because I didn't get to come on here last night and tell you, so I'm telling you today. God bless you from the bottom of my heart. Mm-mm-mm. Peace out, my loved ones. Bye-bye.